Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book your personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So this week, for your key to the week, you have the Chariot card. Now, usually this is a great card, victory, success coming out on top. However, the feeling that I get from this week, you need to take your time. There's a part of you that wants to jump straight in with something. There's something in your life that at the moment you're like, right, that's it, full steam ahead. I'm going to do this. I'm going in for it, which is great. But this week you want to exercise some patience and possibly even a little bit of caution. Remember, sometimes the Chariot card can be that very, very fast energy. Sometimes it's a very dynamic energy, which is powerful, right? It's a really powerful card. But there are times as well when you see the Chariot card and you know this is a time to slow it down. This is a time for you to really take your time. It suggests that wherever it is that you're going to succeed, right? So how about you arrive at your destination intact, whether that's, physically or, in terms of your sanity, maybe even your morals. That's something for you to think about. This week, I just get this feeling from the Chariot card that it really is. It's asking you to take it slow. It kind of says, and that's what I mean. It's almost like it's shown up here for you this week to say, look, this can be a great week for you. This could even be a great moment for you, but you need to take your time with it. You need to think about what it is that you're doing and ultimately where it is that you're going. And then more importantly, how you are getting there. It's kind of like one of those, I don't know if you've ever seen it. There's a film called Taxi. And this guy goes, he gets in the cab and he's like, I want to get to the airport and, as fast as you like. And so the driver's just like absolutely flooring it, going crazy. And he's like, you know what? It wouldn't be so bad if I missed the flight after all. This is the kind of energy that I'm talking about. So this week, take your time with something. You have all the time that you need, right? None of us are going anywhere anytime soon. With that said, your actions and options, you have the Tower card. Please, please, please. This week, if you are driving anywhere, if you are using your own vehicle, I'm going to explain the signature in just a moment, but if you're using your own vehicle this week, if you are driving, if you are behind the wheel, please, please, please allow an extra 20 minutes for your journey. Take your time. All the usual rules that you would say about driving, but extra this week. And the reason I say that, the Tower card is usually something very shocking. Sometimes it can be something truly catastrophic. The Chariot card can very often represent a mode of transport. You couple the Chariot with the Tower card, that can be literally a car accident. But on the other side, it could also be a train accident or, some sort of vehicular, I can't say that word, vehicular, I think that's it, vehicular sort of accident. Now, I don't want to be a fearmonger. I generally tend to, because most of my messages I try to keep lighthearted, but you guys know me, I'm very real with people. If I see something that's going to be a challenge for you or potentially dangerous, I have to let you know. That's my duty as a reader. That is what I'm supposed to do, right? This specific signature can be an accident of sorts. And this is why I say, if you are behind the wheel or if you have some sort of journey coming up, please, please, please plan it more strategically than you would usually. Take extra care, really have your wits about you, no drinking the night before. I sound like somebody's bloody mother or father right now, don't I? Like, yeah, make sure you mind how you go. But, I have to tell you as what I'm seeing, right? Now, Aside from that, you've got the Tower card in your actions and options. This is about what you do. And it looks like you're doing the whole bull in a china shop thing this week, right? There's like, no, I'm going to say what I got to say. I'm going to do what I want to do, which is never a bad thing. I always, I'm an Aquarius, so I always encourage people to be their unique, authentic, individual self. But this week, you probably want to find a way to say what it is that you're trying to get across, because you could go overboard and you could really, and I'm always up for upsetting the apple cart at least a little bit. That's the Aquarius mischief in me. But this week you really could take it too far. And one of the things with Gemini is you guys have a real powerful, you're so powerful with words. So this week you could, maybe you have a go at somebody and you absolutely tear them a new one, and they come away from it like, wow, you just ruined my life, in 5 sentences, because you guys tend to deal with the facts. So this week, be careful if you're going in to read somebody. If you need to check someone and put them in their place, then do so, but find a more articulate way to do it than what you're planning, or just think about what you're saying and how it comes across. For your communications and conversations, you have the 8 of Cups. This is great, right? Because it suggests that there is a part of you this week that is going to try to avoid conflict. Maybe some part of you knows what's going on in the astrological climate, how crazy a week it is, how intense things are at the moment. But you've got the 8 of Cups right underneath the Chariot card. So this suggests that this week you could make some sort of headway with an emotional situation. It could be this week that you're really very focused on how you feel about something. Maybe this week you need to talk about it. Maybe you have some really shocking insight this week. That's another possibility with this as well. You could be talking to somebody and you could gain this, bam, like flashing download of insight that makes you think, wow, okay, you know what, I was seeing this all wrong, or I was seeing you all wrong, or this is what I need to know about the situation, and this is how I actually feel. This could be a week where you really discover some of your own triggers. So pay attention to what comes up, especially on an internal level. You could do the whole volcano thing, or you can kind of take a moment and say, right, what is it about this that is really, really upsetting me right now? What is it about this that's really taking me over the edge, because I feel like losing my proverbial ... So you just be aware of yourself this week. For your money and materials, you've got the Strength card. This is great, right? It's lovely, actually. It's right underneath the Tower. This could be a moment where you are getting ahead in some way, shape or form. This could be a moment where your finances take an upswing, but it's also going to see you really this week. You could be saying, you know what, finance, money, nice things, all the rest of it. Yeah, they're great. But, this could see you really getting very honest about something that honest about your finances, in the sense of, this is a need and this is a want. It's kind of like you're starting to separate things out and say, right, okay, you know what, I don't actually need this. I don't actually need this. It's almost like you're going through your life when it comes to your material life and kind of deciding, actually, you know what, none of this really resonates with me. None of it is something that I need. It's really interesting because you've got the Tower, it goes down into the 8 of Cups, and then it comes here into the Strength card. And I kind of feel like whatever this big realization is that you're having this week, there's a part of you that's kind of saying, actually, you know what, I don't need any of this. I don't need any of that. It's kind of like it's a part of you that materially this week you're going to edit your life, and quite ruthlessly so. I don't see you chucking the baby out with the bathwater and renouncing all physical objects and, walking the streets in a linen dress. But I think you are going to get really clear on what you actually want and what you actually need, and where the two either do or don't intersect. Now, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is a week where you probably want to look after your cardiovascular system, in terms of, whether this is, doing cardio exercise. If you are doing cardio exercise, again, please be careful. This is one of those times. I was that guy, right? I'd go to the gym, never warm up, never cool down, never stretch. That was me, right? In the last 6 months, when I can tell you, I have learnt the value of those things. I really have learnt the value of them. And with cards like this, it would be really important if you're doing any form of exercise, especially if it's, you know, hardcore cardio or weights, to make sure that you do that prep and that cool down. And then for your physical home, and because your home, your money and materials is your home, your environment, your body, your finances. You know, when it comes to the home, again, you could be having a realization about the environment that you're in, whether it's supportive or conducive to what it is that you want to do, to what it is that you want to create, and more importantly, to how you want to continue. There's a lot coming up in that sector for you guys this week. I feel like you're going to make some really big decisions. Remember, Chariot card, take your time with it. For your love and relations, you have the Three of Pentacles. So this week, for those of you that are partnered, you could be learning something about a partner this week, about what their wants and their needs are. And it could be highlighting to you where there's an intersection and where there isn't. This is going to be a week of really big realizations about your life, which I love in effect. So for those of you that are partnered as well, this could be your partner saying to you, you know what, this is how I want us to continue. This is where I see us going in the future. And this week you're going to have to ask yourself if that works for you or if it tallies up with where you see you guys going in the future. For those of you that are single, you could be meeting somebody, but it's interesting because it's either somebody that's at a distance from you or somebody that has... maybe somebody that has a link to what you do, you know, somebody that has, I say this because the Three of Pentacles represents learning, right? It's learning, academia, sometimes it's our profession, our skills, our art, our craft, and it's right underneath the Eight of Cups. So there's definitely a potential for an emotional connection to be formed this week. But I kind of feel like you're going to, again, want to take your time with it. That Chariot card it's kind of like glowing at me, and I'm like, right, okay, so this week it's got to be slow and steady, anything that you do. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care. I'll see you soon.